All right, so what we'll do is we'll go to motion. I'll just give you a little feeling for the motion.
Okay.
And then after that, I'll let you take over, and you could land us.
So you're gonna set us down the first time, right?
I'll let you set us down the first time, but at the very beginning of the run, I will excite the motion just to give you a feeling.
Okay.
So we're all set in here. Pilots ready?
Computer ready.
Initiating IP.
Also, there's a little toggle button right here. I'll do it for you the first run. As soon as they say operate, we could press that button. And what it'll do is it'll declutter a lot of our symbology.
IP. Operate.
So if you press down twice.
Yep.
Kind of. All right, so I'll give you a little feeling for motion.
Whoa!
Alright.
I can get disoriented very fast.
Alright, so I'll let you take over control. Again, we want to put in small inputs. First thing you want to do is what you have right now is align the wings with the triangle. And after that, you would put in a small left input to try to line the diamond in the circle.
Not going left.
That's right. Yeah, so when you put in a small input, if it's not doing what you want fast enough, then just put in a little bit larger input. Don't worry about holding the inputs in. That's right, keep on pulling back, everything's looking good. Alright, hold them on the triangle. As soon as they disappear, pull it back at the end of the runway. Maybe you roll a little bit to your left. Now level out your wings. That's right, if we land a little bit off center. Alright, come back to your right.
Oh,
yeah, pitch forward. Beautiful. Nice and soft. Alright, now you don't want to put any roll or pitch, you just want to push and hold that button forward. And they'll bring our nose down. I'll put the chute out. Alright, as soon as the nose comes down, then you can take your hands off the stick.
Can I brake now?
And yeah, you could. So if you press with your heels, that controls your rudder. So that's your control surface on the vehicle. It's not going to do any kind of braking other than drag. And if the airspeed's high enough, it'll actually let you steer, left and right on the runway itself. Once you get yourself close, then you can start to use the toe pedals and again steer yourself on the runway and come to a complete stop. If you look on the side, you'll see that number 4. As you go down, they'll go 4, 3, 2, 1. That tells you how many thousands of feet of runway you have left.
Okay, that was crazy.
Again, if you guys feel woozy or you start to feel your body temperature rise up, you know you're starting to get sick, make sure you let us know, because if in that case, if you do, then you have to clean it up yourself, so it's better to get outside.
Alright.
Alrighty, so Samantha, if you want to take us to Edwards, and maybe put in
sure, just a sec.
Alright, maybe Edwards in a crosswind.
Sure. How many knots are we talking?
I'm not sure what kind of crosswind she'll put in. We have all kinds of different profiles, and it depends on the altitude at which the magnitude of the crosswind is set at. But yeah, we could do all kinds of failures, whether it be tire failures, parachute failures, display failures, navigational offsets, all the different runways the shuttle can land at. There's about 26 different landing sites, day and nighttime scenes.
So, in this particular simulation, how high are we as we're approaching?
So right now we're at 10,000 foot. You can see that both on your heads-up display. It's kind of hard because there's a lot of clutter.
Computer ready.
And pilots ready.
Shooting IP.
Yeah, and when you can't see it out there, you could just look down here. You got your airspeed, 297. 4.8 is your angle of attack. 9,982 is your altitude, and then negative 208 is your rate of descent in feet per minute.
IP. Operate.
Ready? Again, I'll just do this once for you. If it helps, you always have the option of decluttering, especially with the crosswinds. It's easy for all the symbology to get jumbled up in one area.
I'm only concentrating on keeping the wings together at this point.
That's fine. That's the most important thing. If your wings aren't on those triangles, you're either gonna nose into the ground or you're gonna stall the vehicle. So it's a good symbol to stay focused on.
Just run away.
Keep on pulling back. Keep on pulling back. There you go. Everything's looking good. Come back to your left. Pull to your left. All right. Put your wings at the end of the runway. Keep on pulling back.
Oh. That's crosswind.
That's nice. Nice. Alright, we're on the ground. You want to push and hold that, we call it the beep trim.
Whoa.
You have a
Alright.
tire failure?
Sure. You're too nice to me that you actually tell us or ask. Alright, now you could use your pedals to steer yourself around. And again, you could have your hand on the stick, just make sure you don't put any roll or pitch inputs in. If you look out the window, there's some green symbology on the right-hand side. Those symbols tell you how much braking is necessary. So the arrow on the right-hand side, the arrow pointing to the left, is the guidance telling you...
This thing handles weird with that one tire blown.
Imagine that. And then there's a triangle that's pointing to the right, and that's the amount of braking you're actually applying. So you see what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. Okay, we're pointing at 0. Alright.
All right.
Okay, I think my heart rate went up just a little bit.
Tomato, could you bring us to Bermuda and maybe
Sure, just a sec.
put in like a 5,000 foot cloud ceiling or whatever cloud ceiling you got?
Okay.
Do you guys have any questions? Yeah. I know it's especially if you get motion sick.
Before the shuttles were decommissioned, did they essentially have similar equipment?
They did. The HUD that you're using right now is the HUD head-up display is the actual display that they would use in the shuttles. The braking hardware is exactly the same. So the same braking that control box that they have in the shuttle, we have it up here. That's plugged into our control system.
Computer ready.
And pilot's ready.
IP.
Go ahead.
Do the rudders work the same as...
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember for how many years, but NASA came here and did many experiments and engineering studies to ensure...
IP. Operate.
To ensure that the shuttle handled as close as possible to the actual space shuttle. So it's funny, on one of the landings, one of the actual landings that that a pilot did, he said, "Wow, that feels just like the VMS."
Really?
Yeah. So it's pretty darn close. That's correct. That's correct. So most of them are on the East Coast, but we have landing sites in Europe, Africa, on the West Coast, all over the place.
Oh, the rudder pilot.
Everything's looking good. All right. Pull back. Pull back. There you go, right there. Not a little bit more. Alright, now get that nose down. This is a short runway, so it's a little more critical to stop as soon as possible. But again, you can see on the outside of the runway the numbers indicating how many thousands of feet we have left. So. Plenty.
I can't see the number of yards I have left.
So right now we're about to pass 2,000. So
Okay.
if you look at your side, and then there's a little black box that says 1,000. It's on the actual runway itself.
Oh, okay, I got it.
You see them?
Yep. I'm all over the runway, sorry.
Sorry. We're on the runway, it's always a good thing.
Braking feel is good.
So right now the cab's just, every time you're hitting the brakes, right, the cab's pitching down to try to simulate that braking feeling.
Yep. Awesome.
Also, Samita, if you could give us a heads up when we need to switch the two pilots out. But feel free to give us whatever you like.
All right, just a second.
All right.
It is pretty funny, the comment from the pilot that feels just like the VMS when he lands the real vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah. So they have a VMS. They had the VMS. They also had what they called the STA, or shuttle training aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially like a Learjet, and they changed the control system so that it would handle like the shuttle itself. And then they had a fixed base simulator. And with these three, vehicles, they're able to do most of all their training, or all their training. But again, as far as motion and then being able to do all the failures that we can do, this was definitely the most capable of all their training tools. This knob, the longer knob, that adjusts the dimness of your HUD. So if you adjust that outer knob,
okay, got it.
And you want to dim it down such that you could still see it, but
I guess we're letting it night this time.
Yeah, but you could see that.
Where's the control?
Computer ready.
This unit? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
That's a contrast.
There's a knob right up top here. You see that knob?
Yeah.
If you twist that knob to the right one, there you go.
Okay.
All right, and pilots ready?
Oh.
Shooting IP.
Everything look good? You can't declutter until they say operate.
IP. Operate.
All right. So a quick heads up.
Yep.
Declutter once. Just press down once. They offset us to the right. So the guidance is going to tell you to land to the right of the runway. So you want to keep your wings on the triangles, but you want to disregard the diamond.
Oh.
So
I'm going to miss the runway at this rate.
no, you're doing fine. So just keep the wings on the triangles. Again, disregard the diamond. Line yourself up in the roll axis by line of sight. So just you're going to have no cues other than the runway itself to align yourself.
Luckily it's lit.
Yeah, better be lit. Comes your flare indicator. Keep on pulling back. Keep on pulling back. Keep on pulling back. There you go. All right. Try to level out your wings. Come back to your right. Edge down. Yeah. We'll land a little bit short, but it's all right. Just hold what you got. There you go. All right, get the nose down, then you can steer yourself off to over to the right. Here goes our chute. And generally speaking, the astronauts, you can do whatever you like, but the astronauts are rather gingerly with the pedals. The harder they're pressing on the pedals, the more likely you are to blow a tire.
Oh, I see.
So you want to, again, put small inputs in, so again, you don't blow a tire, and especially when you have 9,000 foot of runway left, you really don't need to worry about stopping in a short distance. But then for some of the shorter runways, you don't care about blowing the tires, you just want to stop, right? So.
Did you just mean to get down here?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't touch anything.
I didn't know that runway was 9,000 feet long, so that's...
You have time for one more.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's going to be drag associated, right, with the air, the tires, tire friction. So, yeah, I would assume that would stop eventually. But again, it depends. We have runways that go from 15,000 foot all the way down to 8,000 foot in length. So it just depends.
Okay.
she's, so we're going to land at Kennedy, but this is what we call a HAC, H-A-C. It's a heading alignment cone, and this simulates the scenario in which you're over the runway, but at, say, 100,000 foot.
Uh-huh.
Get ready.
And pilot's ready. And in that case, what they need to do is they just need to spiral down,
IP.
burning off energy all the way down to the runway. So that's what we're going to do. So you don't see the runway. We're just going to follow the diamond.
Okay.
Wait till we get to operate.
IP. Operate.
So it's pretty mundane.
Do I need to declutter at this point, or just leave it?
You could just leave it. So right now we're at 40,000 foot. So we're way up there, and we just need to burn off energy.
Are we spiraling to clockwise or counterclockwise?
We're going to be spiraling counterclockwise. Down here you could see there's 3 circles, and those circles indicate 20-second segments, and that circle is what we're going to be turning onto. So we still have another good 20 seconds or so before we're going to start to turn.
How's my dirt?
Beautiful.
Oh, pretty steep.
Yeah.
So to chase that diamond?
Yeah, essentially, I mean, you want the diamond inside the box.
Okay.
But you're at such an altitude where you have plenty of energy, so it's not very critical. Just need to get close.
Can't see the scenery, Jonathan. I can't see the scenery because I'm trying to put the diamond in a box. Thank you.
Going up on 20,000 foot. Around 10,000 foot, you'll start to see the runway.
At which point I'll have to level out, right?
Correct.
And get my wings straight.
Yeah, so as soon as we get around 10,000 foot, you'll start to see the symbology that you're used to seeing.
Okay.
Everything will make sense at that point.
That's all. There it is.
So you're at 17,000.
17,000.
Yep.
We're shallow still. Yep.
Almost there. Right there, the runway. Alright, now you're going to start to level out. You want to chase that diamond, so you're going to come back to your right. Pitch forward a little bit. Alright, and the triangles are below you by quite a bit, so if you push forward on the stick, you'll start to see the triangles come into view.
Let's see. There we go. How far? I'm 9,000 feet. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, far. Not gonna end well.
You're fine. Just come back to your left.
I threw a T-38 next to me. I'm like, are you serious? Okay.
I'll pitch it down.
Wings are not level.
Alright. Come back to your right.
No, like it.
Come back to your left. There you go. As soon as it disappears, and you're just going to pull back a little bit. There you go, right like that. No, forward. Let's try to get at the end of the runway. Level out your wings.
Looks like you've got a tire failure.
Thank you.
Alright, now you
Okay,
just
gotta
want
shoot.
to push the nose forward. There goes our chute. Got about 4,000 foot of runway left. Beautiful, no problem. We definitely landed long, but we landed in the middle of the runway and